And they're off. A perfect beginning. American, of course, showing speed from the center with easy access. Mo Twilight ridden to keep up early. Creative Performance is going to race from fourth on the inside of Rifling, and the early trailer will be Nicole's Song. Mo Twilight not content to let American, of course, have an easy lead. She's been driven along, but American, of course, responds and is now a length clear with easy access, now bidding on the outside. It's 5 more lengths back to Creative Performance, then Rifling, and at the back, Nicole's Song. 22-1 for the opening quarter. American, of course, was able to deal with Mo Twilight, but now has pressure from easy access. Mo Twilight is 3 lengths back in third. Creative Performance and Rifling races a pair, and it's well back to Nicole's Song. They race within the quarter pole. Zerrell Ford still sitting comfortable on American, of course, as easy access comes under a ride. Here comes Rifling down the far outside with momentum. American, of course, holding the lead. Rifling gaining with every stride. Mo Creative Performance also coming, but American, of course, is finding more in the final 16th and will go away to a comfortable score. It's American, of course, going on to win by 2.5. Rifling, then Creative Performance and Nicole's Song, 104-3. Out well. Showing speed is Stylish Gent from the center with Name of the Game ridden along, as is Where is Essa from the outside. Kitty Holiday going to fall back early. The early trailer will be Always Away. Name of the Game and Stylish Gent are head and head in the early stages as they race within the 5 furlong marker. Where is Essa stalking from third 2 lengths back, a length better than Sea to Air. It's another 2 back to Kitty Holiday, and Always Away will have to come from last. The opening quarter was a quick 22-1. Name of the Game still with the head in front of Stylish Gent as they race into the turn. Where is Essa biding his time from third, Sea to Air getting closer. Kitty Holiday still racing in fifth, and Always Away yet to tack on, still has 6 lengths to make up on the leaders. Still a duel up front, nothing has changed. Stylish Gent on the inside, Name of the Game on the outside. Sea to Air looking for somewhere to go from third with Where is Essa ridden along. Here comes Kitty Holiday, Always Away still at the back there. 4 across the track at the head of the lane. Sea to Air puts the head in front of Name of the Game. Here comes Kitty Holiday looking for somewhere to go. Where is Essa? Always Away from last. They're going to have to run down Sea to Air. It's Sea to Air and Ishmael Mosquera. Kitty Holiday with momentum, but still 2 lengths to make up on Sea to Air, and he's not going to get there today. Sea to Air on top. Sea to Air by 1.5, then Kitty Holiday, Where is Essa, and Stylish Gent, 6.5 and 116-3. off. Play the dots out a bit slowly. Forest Woodsman going straight to the lead with Delirio and Burkus also vying for position. Banyard Tap going to be close. Black Hill Sheriff going to be wide into that first turn. Misty's Pride has dropped back early with Bingo's Grind along the rail. The early trailer will be Play the Dots. It's a pretty clustered early pace. The lead belongs to Forest Woodsman, but he's being tackled quickly by Delirio. Banyard Tap is racing on the outside in third with Burkus in a perfect spot from the inside. It's 3 more lengths back to Black Hill Sheriff, who's joined by Bingo's Grind, then 3 more to Misty's Pride, and the trailer Play the Dots. 24 and 4 for the opening quarter. Forest Woodsman is shaken clear. He's racing 2 lengths better than Delirio. Banyard Tap and Burkus are next, then 3 more lengths back to Black Hill Sheriff. Bingo's Grind racing in the 2 path, 2 lengths better than Misty's Pride. Play the Dots continues to trail. They race into the far turn. They still need to reel in Forest Woodsman, who went the half in 48 and 2. Banyard Tap and Burkus share position as Delirio begins to tire. Momentum on the outside for Bingo's Grind. Black Hill Sheriff next, then Misty's Pride and Play the Dots. Burkus ranging up to Forest Woodsman. Banyard Tap has been wide throughout and he begins to tire. That forced Bingo's Grind quite wide as they swing for the drive. Here comes momentum from Play the Dots. It is Burkus who puts the head in front of Forest Woodsman. Bingo's Grind is coming down the outside with Play the Dots, but Burkus has opened up 2 lengths. Play the Dots and Bingo's Grind going to try and reel in Burkus. It's still Burkus and Terry Husbands on top, and they will hold on. Burkus by 2. Play the Dots ran on to be second, then Bingo's Grind and Forest Woodsman, 127 flat. And they're off. A level beginning. Fascination Street straight to the lead from the center of the gate with Strong Ending and MC Jackhammer. Palace Prince is racing in 4th, splitting horses with Spring Mountain, then Santiago Salsa. Well back to Redoubt's Light. He already has 10 lengths to make up on the leaders. Into the clubhouse turn they go. It's Fascination Street on top, a length to Palace Prince. MC Jackhammer stalks from the inside with Spring Mountain between horses. Strong Ending is 3 deep. 2 more lengths to Santiago Salsa and well back to Redoubt's Light. There's a change of leader as they turn into the backside as Palace Prince was not content to wait on Fascination Street. The opening quarter was 24 seconds flat. Spring Mountain on the outside moves into second as Fascination Street drops back. Racing 3 deep is Strong Ending with MC Jackhammer. 2 more lengths to Santiago Salsa and another 7 to Redoubt's Light. Just over a half mile to travel. Spring Mountain is hounding Palace Prince as they pass the half in 47 and 1. 4 more lengths back to MC Jackhammer and Strong Ending. Fascination Street is tired. He's been passed by Santiago Salsa. Redoubt's Light yet to tack on. They race within the 3 furlong pole, and now Spring Mountain has the neck in front of Palace Prince. Strong Ending is third on the outside of MC Jackhammer. Santiago Salsa, Fascination Street, and Redoubt's Light gathers momentum. With a quarter mile left to travel, Spring Mountain has gotten clear of Palace Prince. He's up by 2 at the head of the lane. The threat looks like Strong Ending. MC Jackhammer. Here comes Redoubt's Light down the far outside. They need to reel in Spring Mountain, but he's tired. Strong Ending is coming with every stride. Redoubt's Light down the extreme outside. Strong Ending puts the head in front of Spring Mountain. Spring Mountain tries to fight back. Redoubt's Light is coming. It's Strong Ending. Redoubt's Light. Spring Mountain finds enough and puts the head in front to win. It's Spring Mountain over Strong Ending. Redoubt's Light, then Santiago Salsa. 144 flat. And they're off. Very level beginning. Tamina showing up with Chrome's Big Break and Silver Bullet Lady to the outside. Classy Image also forwardly placed with Loaded Question. It's an early tussle for the lead. Settling in 6th is Ash Carnelli. Addybug is 7th, and the trailer is Taylor Moon. It is Chrome's Big Break out sprinting the others to make the lead. She's a length and a half clear of Silver Bullet Lady and Loaded Question, who's found her way to the rail. 2 lengths back to Tamina. Classy Image between horses with Ash Carnelli 3 deep as they pass the quarter in 22 and 4. Taylor Moon tries to launch a rally, passing Addybug. Just over a quarter of a mile to go. It's still Chrome's Big Break and Melanie Pinto on top. Silver Bullet Lady is there. Loaded Question in position if good enough. Down the far outside, it's Ash Carnelli, Tamina with Momentum and Classy Image. It's still Chrome's Big Break they need to run down, but they're all in contention. Ash Carnelli coming down the extreme outside. Addybug up the rail, but Chrome's Big Break is spurted clear to a 3-length lead. Addybug flies up the rail with Taylor Moon, but Chrome's Big Break will prevail. It's Chrome's Big Break by 2. Addybug, then Taylor Moon. Big photo for 4th, 59 and 2. And they're off. Victory Town broke well from the center of the gate. OK Speedy, and deep on the course the Great PJ. Between horses is Scat Factor. Then we've got Back River looking for position. It's well back to the 2 grays. Le Grand Garçon and Victory Town drops back to last. 3 across the track. It's the Great PJ on the outside. OK Speedy at 4 to 5 in the center, and Back River pressing up the rail. 4 more lengths back to Scat Factor in 4th. Le Grand Garçon races on the inside of Victory Town, who's overtaken him. OK Speedy has a narrow advantage as they pass the quarter in 23 and 1. He's ahead in front of the Great PJ. Back River is back into 3rd. Here comes Victory Town moving well on the outside of Scat Factor. Le Grand Garçon trails about 7 lengths off the lead. OK Speedy and the Great PJ continue to do battle up front. Victory Town has gained ground with every stride. He's joined Back River. Then we have Scat Factor and Le Grand Garçon. 46 and 1 to the half, they swing for the drive. The Great PJ still trying to fight with OK Speedy. Victory Town down the far outside. Le Grand Garçon also with momentum. OK Speedy spurts away from the Great PJ. The closers aren't doing enough yet. Le Grand Garçon is gobbling up ground, but he's not going to get to OK Speedy. OK Speedy going to win. Le Grand Garçon drifting in. A photo for show between Scat Factor and the Great PJ. 117 and 2. And they're off. Under Surveillance hustled out of the gate with Sir Shone, Imperial Star, and Defogger. Hardware Gap looking to get inside with Rookie Radar along the rail. Then we have Rescue That Girl, and the early trailer is developing the way. They roll into the clubhouse turn. It's a speed duel between Sir Shone and Under Surveillance. Imperial Star has worked his way to a perfect spot on the inside from third. Hardware Gap racing 2 wide in fourth. Rookie Radar saving ground from fifth. 2.5 lengths back to Defogger. 2.5 more to Rescue That Girl. And developing the way is going to have to make up 10. It's Sir Shone a length on top of Under Surveillance. Imperial Star still waiting in third as they pass the quarter in 24-1. Hardware Gap is in striking range from fourth. Rookie Radar fifth on the inside, being joined by Defogger, who's angled 3 deep. Rescue That Girl biding his time, and then still at the back developing the way. Into the far turn they go. It's still Sir Shone with the advantage over Under Surveillance. Imperial Star just needs somewhere to go. The half was 48-1. Hardware Gap is moving well on the outside. Oh, we've almost lost a rider on Imperial Star. Amazing job by Leo Salas to stay on there, but he's lost a lot of position. Rookie Radar tries to make a rally past Defogger. Imperial Star wide on the course, Rescue That Girl, and on the inside developing the way. Hardware Gap puts the head in front of Under Surveillance. Rookie Radar coming, Defogger with a big run. It's Hardware Gap on top trying to blow up the board. Rookie Radar is gaining. Hardware Gap and Chris Husbands. Rookie Radar, Hardware Gap will hold on at 25-1. Hardware Gap, then Rookie Radar, Under Surveillance, and Rescue That Girl, 127-2. And they're off. Perfect beginning, showing speed from the inside. That's He's Fully Loaded, Abe Honestly, Grand Ambition, and widest of all is Golden Wind. Core is taking back, racing on the inside of Big Time Louie, then 2 more lengths to Brady O'Brady, and Exceed will trail the field. They race into the sunset turn. Grand Ambition comes out with the advantage as Abe Honestly hits the brake with He's Fully Loaded on the inside. Golden Wind 3 deep. 3 lengths back to Big Time Louie racing in fifth as they pass the quarter in 22 flat. Core not handling the turn well. Brady O'Brady and Exceed still at the back. Grand Ambition tries to give them the slip at the quarter pole. He's opened up 4 lengths. Golden Wind is into second with He's Fully Loaded and Abe Honestly. Big Time Louie swings to the outside, but he still has 8 lengths to make up on Grand Ambition. It's Grand Ambition going strong on the front end. The battle is for second between Golden Wind and Big Time Louie. Big Time Louie coming late, but he's not going to get to Grand Ambition. Grand Ambition, a convincing winner of the nightcap. Big Time Louie second, then a flying Brady O'Brady. Golden Wind, then Core and He's Fully Loaded, 57-2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fort Erie Racetrack for another week of thoroughbred racing here at the Border Oval. Hot day today, 30 degrees Celsius or 86 Fahrenheit. The main track is fast. The turf is firm with the rail out at 18 feet. Got a very slight wind coming from the west at 8 miles per hour. 29 minutes to first post. Visit our website, forterieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show for information about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping analysis, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back tomorrow at Fort Erie. Post time will be 4:30. This Sunday features the Basset Hound and Corgi races returning to Fort Erie. Admission is free. Also, Tuesday, August 26th, we'll have our next free concert at the Tiki Bar featuring Almost Cool. The Puss in Boots Cup coming up on Labor Day, September 1st. The card also features the Horse People's Luminary Cup. Post time for Labor Day will be 12:15. Mark your calendars. The 90th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes is coming up on Tuesday, September 9th. This year for the Prince of Wales, we've got the brand new fashion contest. Come out to see who will be crowned the best dressed at the Prince of Wales. And if you're in the mood for some merch, we've got a $10 coffee mug for sale for Prince of Wales. Fort Erie's Track-O-Lantern returns on October 13th starting at noon. Kids in costume can trick or treat around the track. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $12.39 per person. The track pack includes one food item, one drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Become a member of HPIBet.com today. Get $100 when you bet $100, plus your first bet is on us. We're having non-winning ticket draws again here at Fort Erie. Put your name and phone number on the back of your non-winning tickets and drop them in the basket at customer service for your chance to win the prize. Today's prize draw features a dog prize package courtesy of Pet Food Outlet. Tune into your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. Fort Erie Racetrack is proud to partner with Oneida New Holland of Niagara, who have provided us with a new tractor for maintenance this season. We'd also like to say thank you to our new partners at True Green Professional Lawn Care, who are helping us keep the grass looking green and lush. Jackpot High Five wagering offered in race 6 today. The carryover is $36,412. Smoking is allowed in designated areas only at Fort Erie Racetrack. No food or beverage are allowed in these areas, and no cannabis is permitted on the property. Up next are today's changes. 6 races on tap today. In race 1, we have a vet scratch of the number 2, Last Glimmer. Take out the 2. Race 2 has no changes. In race 3, we have an overweight on the number 1, I Truly Believe. The rider will be 2 pounds over at 120. In race 4, Stewart scratched the number 1, Fascination Street. Race 5, we have a rider change on the number 4, Super Serenade. Make the rider Amanda Vandermeersch. And in race 6, Stewart scratched the main track only, number 9, Mr. Marshall. Good to be back for another week of racing here at Fort Erie Racetrack. 6 races on tap today, fast and firm. Let's take a look at our selections. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. We're going 6 furlongs to kick off the early pick 4. Scratch down to a field of 4 with the number 2, Last Glimmer, being taken out here. No show, no superfecta wagering in race 1. My top pick is the inside runner, number 1, Shameless Affair, coming down from Woodbine for owner-trainer Phil Hall. Apprentice Delilah Rivera will have the mount. Shameless Affair had an okay start at the start of the Woodbine season to be 3rd for 25, but she's just regressed as the meet has gone on. She's now plunging in for $4,000, getting all the way down to the bottom. She's British Columbia bred, so I'd imagine the pedigree has some dirt to it. There's no turf racing in British Columbia. So I just think on the class drop, Shameless Affair should show up well. On the outside, number 5, Legs Like Flatter. Owned and trained by Sharon Chicotto now, comes down from the Mike DiPaolo barn. This was an Ivan Delos runner that they've sold to the Chicotto outfit. Came back from a long layoff this year and just hasn't been anything better than a fringe player up at Woodbine. Ran 5th by 3 lengths for 7,500. The new connections put her right in for bottoms. Amy's Flatters, they should handle the dirt pretty well. I imagine Legs Like Flatter should be competitive under Chris Husbands. The number 4, Night Saber, ran on to be second behind the speedy Arrivederci last week. Gets a couple of Woodbine chippers this time, which could be tough, but she's handling the Fort Erie surface well, and at least is in closer to winning form than the top 2 choices. Leo Salas rides this one for Barb Bailey. On to race 2. It's a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. We're going 6.5 for a claiming price of $8,000 down to $7,000. Pick 5 wagering starts here. Field of 5 to kick off the pick 5 on today's card. On the inside, I've gone to the number 1, Cephalo, who's been to Fort Erie before and had success. She's 2 for 3 over the Fort Erie dirt track. Last time at Woodbine, she finished 5th by 12 3/4 lengths in a starter optional 10. But the winner won by 12, so this one was only beaten 3/4 of a length for second. Cephalo really doesn't run too many bad races. And again, she likes the surface. 8-year-old mare gets major class relief here in search of her 10th career win. Jeffrey Alderson going to ride for trainer Karen Palmer. Number 2, Dreaming of Hope. Claimed by Adamo and Icon back on July 7th from a runner-up effort at this level. They've given her the 30 days to bring her right back for the $8,000 level. They've got apprentice Zerrell Ford coming down to ride this Daughter of Mastery. She should have some speed out of the gate, especially getting out from 5.5 to 6.5. She stumbled at the break last time. I think she'll make the lead and be the one to beat. I just think Cephalo offers a little more value here. Number 4, Seguiria, claimed for $6,250 back on July 14th. Came back 8 days later on the turf and just came up empty. I don't think she's a turf horse at all. Gets back to the dirt. Probably wants a little shorter than 6.5, but has a win at the distance, so I can't totally fault her here. Leo Sala is going to ride this one for Joe Humber. Race 3 is a maiden claimer for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. We're going 5.5 furlongs to kick off the late pick 4. The claiming price is $6,250 down to $6,000. Field of 6 with a couple of first-time starters to make this one a little bit tricky to handicap. Everyone's in consensus, though. We've all gone to the number 4, Scary Boo, making her first start for the Nick Malini outfit. She goes off Lasix today, which is an interesting choice. Scary Boo chased to speed and got tired to be 3rd in a race won by Speedy Lady. Second was Justify Perfection. Those are 2 nice horses. She was claimed for $95. They're wasting no time in for $6,250. 5.5. I think this one probably wants a bit of a longer sprint than 5.5, but again, at this level, I think it shouldn't matter. She at least showed some speed last time. Edgar Zenteno maintains the mount on Scary Boo, and I think at this level, she will make her presence felt. First-time starter, number 3, Up Creek, is a 4-year-old, homebred for Bruno Chickadans. Pierre Mailhot has to ride for Julie Mathis. This one's by Mr. Scotty. There's a few works here. They're nothing flashy on the page, but horses at this level typically don't work like rockets. I just don't think there's a ton to beat here, and a first-time starter could be worth a look here. Up Creek in with a shot. Number 2, Arstella, made her Fort Erie debut in the same race as Scary Boo on July 22nd. Ran a distant 4th, 5 1/4 lengths behind that foe. Second start on dirt. Easier class. Kirk Johnson rides this one for Danny Wills and Jimmy Ogilvy. Race 4 is a claimer for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. We're going for a price of $5,000 down to $4,750. 6 furlongs, the distance. Field of 6 to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. Actually, scratch down to a field of 5. Take out Fascination Street. We got a pretty strong favorite here with the number 2, Ernie's Martini for Kevin Buttigieg. Chris Husband's going to ride Ernie's Martini this time around. He was 3rd in a pretty tough race. Where is Essa and Mia and Me last time out? That's a really good group for that $6,250 non-4 level. So now Ernie's Martini, for one, he was in tough last time. Now he's taken another drop. I just think this is the horse to beat here. On the outside, number 6, Forester Humor. Goes back on Lasix here in his first start for trainer Joe Humber. Claimed for $4,000 on July 22nd. Disappointed as the favorite. Just ran an okay fourth. Didn't really accelerate much in the stretch. Before that, he showed speed and got tired. At his best, he can win this race. I'm just not sure what we're going to get out of him. But if Ernie's Martini doesn't fire, I think this is the next best horse. Number 3, Gus's Gamble. If this was on turf, he'd be one of the favorites. He ran a good race last time, wide trip, finished 7th, but got beat less than 2 lengths. Before that, got beat ahead. I just can't love him on the dirt. I really think he is a pure turf horse, but this is a small field. Amanda Vandermeer's rides for Ken Albu. Somebody's got to be third. Race 5 is an allowance race for fillies and mares, 3 and up, which have never won 2, 6.5 the distance. Field of 7 to kick off the late double. I think there's quite a few ways you could go here, but we've all landed on the number 1, Speedy Lady. Speedy Lady had knocked on the door and finally was able to prevail for the maiden win on July 22nd over Justify Perfection. She should be the quickest out of the gate from the inside. Chris Husbands will keep riding for Ken Albu. If she makes the lead, I think she's got a very good chance to double up. The bottom spots is where it gets interesting. Me and Ashley have gone different directions. I've gone to the number 6, Olivia's Melody, coming down for Kieran Palmer and Radcliffe. Zerrell Ford will be riding. She ran 3rd for $15,000 at Woodbine in her last start on July 10th. Out of an Uncle Mo mare, it's just a matter of how she handles the dirt, but I think her figures fit. I think if she likes the dirt, she's just as good as anyone here. On the outside, number 7, Silent Passion, dominated a maiden special on July 8th, but came back with a flat effort over a muddy track, going 5.5 on July 27th after a slow break. And that slow break really changed that race. She should break better. She should be closer to the pace, maybe pressing Speedy Lady from the outside. Edgar's Centeno riding for Nick Malini Jr. Silent Passion, a rebound threat. Last race of the day is our lone turf race of the card. It's a 62.50. Non-winners of a race this year or non-4, going about 7 on the turf course. Field of 8 for the jackpot high 5, 36,000 up for grabs there. I kind of think this looks like I shouldn't say just a 3-horse race, but there's 3 obvious ones. I've gone to the number 5, Jack the Cat. Ashley's gone with the number 4, Dots Vision. They do look like the 2 best. Jack the Cat, a nice win at the 5,000 level on June 15th. Sat mid-pack and burst clear in the stretch to win. Juan Crawford going to keep the mount on Jack the Cat. Loves the Fort Erie turf and looks very good here. Number 4, Dots Vision, has been stubborn in his last 2 starts, but just hasn't been able to hold on. Last time got beat by repeat winner Turf and Surf. Before that, hit the lead in the stretch and couldn't hold off Dragon's Brew. Goes back to the Jeff Voice barn here. Edgar's Centeno will ride Dots Vision for the first time here. This 10-year-old looking for his 15th win. In good position, should be a threat. And then the other one to me is the number 7, Dragon's Brew for Austin Adams and Roy Augustino. He was able to beat Dots Vision 2 starts ago, then came back, made a bit of an early move, and came back with a good 3rd place finish in a neck behind Dots Vision. The post is probably the worst thing for him. He's wider than his 2 main threats, but if he can work out a trip, Dragon's Brew, he's already beat Dots Vision, and Dots Vision will be one of the favorites. 16 minutes to post for race 1. Best of luck with all your wagers, and enjoy your day here at Fort Erie Racetrack.
It's easy to make a bet on HPIBet.com. Follow these simple steps and you'll be betting in no time. First, go to the HPIBet.com website. Sign in to your HPIBet account. Find the track and race you want to bet on. Click on the Place Bet button. Click on the bet type you want to wager with. Click on the amount you want to wager. Click on the horse you want to wager on. Click on the green Place Bet button. Review your bet confirmation information. It's all done. Remember, all this can be done on most mobile devices. Now cheer on your pick to victory.
We kick off the Monday program here with a event for fillies and mares on the main track at 6 furlongs, $4,000 claimers in search of their second lifetime win. And while there are a couple of fresh faces, I will go with a more familiar face here to 40 Erie, the number 4, Night Saber, as the top pick. I actually thought she ran very well last time out. For her, one of her best performances this year, equaled that best number from 2025 of a 45 by her speed figure. And like the trip that she got, she was able to close. And I think that's kind of important, knowing that Arrivederci was able to win on the front end. She was closing steadily. I liked that move from her. Certainly found her kind of friends at that level. Now she's in for 4,000 today. And the others, they have some questions to answer. So I think with her recent form, that's why I ultimately go to Night Saber on top. The others, though, the number 1 is Shameless Affair, 7-5 on the morning line. This one coming in from Woodbine from trainer Phil Hall. Has yet to try the dirt in the career, and you can see most recently was in for 14,000 on the grass. Delilah Rivera, the apprentice, was aboard and just never was able to roll from towards the back of the pack. And I think the confusing part with Shameless Affair is, sure, she's getting a ton of class relief. That's probably enough to get her into the winner's circle, but it's really her running style that I think could hinder her. If she can show the speed that she showed in her final race of 2024, in her first race of 2025, then I think we're talking about a different horse. But lately, she's just been too far back, and that's a little bit of a concern for me in here. We'll say, though, we talked about the class relief and the fact that she draws the rail. Could see her obviously taking a huge step forward. And then finally, the number 5, Legs Like Flatter. Another fresh face, this one now in the barn of Sharon Chicado, who owns this one. Was 5th last time out while dropping in for 7,500. And you can see started the year in the Mike DiPaolo barn and had loftier expectations. Was in 25,000 events for 2, then dropped again, and just really not getting the result. Actually, her figures are kind of stagnant, but those figures comparable and a bit better than my pick in here, Night Saber. The offspring of Mies Flatter. Typically, dirt really isn't an issue for them. Very good dirt numbers. Dirt sprints a little below average. Dirt route numbers are extremely well, though, from that sample. And obviously think that this is another one that gets class relief. So the shippers make a lot of sense, but I'm looking for a little bit more at a horse that has some dirt experience, has a good dirt race coming into this. That's the number 4, Night Saber. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's first race. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. We're going for a claiming price of $4,000, traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $13,500. No show and no superfecta wagering in race 1. Race 1 offers win place, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 4 wagering. Race 1 post parade number 1 is Shameless Affair. Delilah Rivera rides for owner-trainer Phil Hall. Scratch the 2. Number 3 is Bad Zizi. Alexis Sanchez rides. Joe Humber trains and pardones with Brian Hayhoe. Number 4 is Night Saber. Leo Salas has the call for trainer Barbara Bailey and owner Jennifer Gutierrez. Completing the field, number 5, Legs Like Flatter. Sharon Chicotto owns and trains. The rider is Chris Husbands. 1 minute to post for race 1. Early pick 4 wagering starts here. No show, no super wagering in the first. Even money on the number 1, Shameless Affair, as the field moves into the chute. Starting gate will be taking position shortly. 3-2 support for the number 5, Legs Like Flatter. 20-cent early pick 4 wagering kicks off here in race 1. Race 1 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First up will be Shameless Affair and Delilah Rivera at even money. Bad Zizi and Alexis Sanchez. Night Saber and Leo Salas. Last in will be Legs Like Flatter and Chris Husbands. All set. And they're off. They came out cleanly. Bad Zizi going to the lead with Night Saber. Legs Like Flatter is racing in third, attending the pace from the outside. The early trailer will be Shameless Affair. Night Saber gets a half length, now a length in front of Bad Zizi as they roll down the backside with 4.5 furlongs to travel. It's 2 more lengths to Legs Like Flatter, racing in third, being joined by Shameless Affair on the inside, who's gaining position with every stride. 22-3 for the opening quarter. They race into the turn, and it's Night Saber on top by 3 lengths. Bad Zizi is second, sharing that position with Shameless Affair. Here comes Legs Like Flatter, 3 deep. It's only 2.5 lengths front to back as Night Saber tries to hold on to the lead. 5/16 of a mile to travel. It's still Night Saber ridden along. Ask for more now as Legs Like Flatter cruises into second. Shameless Affair still biding her time from third, and Bad Zizi after the sharp beginning now trails. 46-3 to the half at the head of the lane. Legs Like Flatter challenges Night Saber. Room up the inside for Shameless Affair if good enough, but she begins to stall. The lead now belongs to Legs Like Flatter. It's Legs Like Flatter and Chris Husbands. Shameless Affair getting into second past Night Saber, well back to Bad Zizi, but Legs Like Flatter will prevail. Legs Like Flatter by 2 over Shameless Affair, Night Saber and Bad Zizi, 6 furlongs and 112-3. Unofficial in race 1, the winner is number 5, Legs Like Flatter. Second is the 1, Shameless Affair. Third, number 4, Night Saber. And fourth, number 3, Bad Zizi. Unofficial race 1 order, 5-1-4-3. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's first race, number 5, Legs Like Flatter. Legs Like Flatter is a 4-year-old dark bay or brown filly by Amy's Flatter out of Legs Like Betty, bred by Tall Oaks Farm here in Ontario. Christopher Husbands with the winning ride for owner-trainer Sharon Chicado, Legs Like Flatter, makes her Fort Erie debut a winning one, completing the 6 furlongs in a time of 1:12.3. Congratulations to the connections of Legs Like Flatter. Hold all tickets until race 1 is made official. Race 1 is now official. Prices are up. Legs Like Flatter returns $4.80 to win, $2.70 to place. No show wagering in race 1. The number 1 Shameless Affair was $2.70 to place. $2 exacta, 5-1, $8.40. The $1 try, 5-1-4, $4.70. No superfecta wagering in race 1. We had a claim out of race 1, the number 1 Shameless Affair, claimed by the partnership of Ascot Stud, Mike Blake Sr., Norm Files, Amanda Enns, and Sean Brinda. She moves to the barn of trainer Michael Blake. We're having non-winning ticket draws today at Fort Erie. Put your name and phone number on the back of your non-winning ticket and drop them in the basket at customer service for your chance to win a prize. Today's prize draw features a dog prize package courtesy of Pet Food Outlet. Race 2, coming up in 17 minutes. There are no changes.
6.5 furlongs is the distance here for race number 2. It's an $8,000 claiming event for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. And the number 2, Dreaming of Hope, 9-5 on the morning line. I think looks really tough. Was a good second last time out behind Julie's Mist. I think there's a couple takeaways. It was her first start of the year. This is one that we hadn't seen since December. A lot of horses at this point at 40 Erie in the meter, I should say in the point of early July, already had a couple of starts under their belt, maybe 2, maybe even just 1 or, something like that. And it was a compact field, but I still think she ran her race. She was not the favorite in there. She had problems at the break. You just go down to her races here last year, regardless of the barn she was in. She can be very dangerous if she's forward. And knowing that she didn't get the trip that she wanted and she came up second best, I don't mind that effort last time out. So Dreaming of Hope on top. Others to consider, though, the number 4, Seguria, a horse that was claimed 2 starts back for $6,000. The New Connections jumped this one up and tried this one on the grass and just didn't pan out. Was a little bit more forward than sometimes she is. I actually prefer her in the stalking spot. I think she's a little bit more comfortable with the target, making 1 run. And last time out, I think it was just a tough group and she ran out of gas. So for her, this is class relief. This is getting back onto the dirt where she's yet to finish worse than second. And, this is just, I think, a better spot for her overall. And I love her going 6.5. I think that trip 2 back really caught my eye and is kind of pointing to all the things of why I think she's a major player in this spot. And then finally, the number 1, Cephalo on the inside. This one for Radcliffe Racing. Disappointed last time out. Tough spot, though. Starter optional claiming competition up at Woodbine is going to get back onto the dirt, where this one we have seen a couple of times throughout the years here at Fort Erie and has performed quite well. I like the class relief for Cephalo. The style can change with Cephalo. We've seen Cephalo take them gate to wire. We've seen Cephalo try to close. Very curious to see what Jeff Alderson will decide to do, but I think he'll be able to work out a trip regardless. So Cephalo, another major player in here. So overall, race 2, a little bit of competitive one, going to kick off the pick 5. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's second race. Race 2 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $8,000 down to $7,000. Traveling a distance of 6 1/2 furlongs, competing for a purse of $22,200. Race 2 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 5 wagering. Race 2 post parade. Number 1 is Cephalo. Jeffrey Alderson rides for trainer Kieran Palmer and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Icon Racing Stables owned the number 2, Dreaming of Hope. Zerrell Ford rides for trainer Tony Adamo. Away from parade, number 3, Born to Be Good. Alexis Sanchez rides. Steve Cathcart trains and part owns with Joseph Roberto. Number 4 is Seguiria. Leo Salas has the call for trainer Joe Humber and owner Eleanor Tonguzzo. Completing the field, number 5, Alberta Be Mine. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Noel Williams and owner Bill Bristow. Pick 5 wagering starts here in race 2. Field for race 2 set to head behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Even money on the number 2, Dreaming of Hope. Race 2 kicks off the pick 5 on today's card. First up will be Cephalo and Jeffrey Alderson. Dreaming of Hope and Zerrell Ford. Born to be Good with Alexis Sanchez. Seguiria with Leo Salas. Last up will be Alberta Be Mine and Kirk Johnson. All set. And they're off. Stumbling at the start was Alberta Be Mine, Dreaming of Hope straight to the lead. Born to be Good racing in second, about to be joined by Cephalo along the inside. Seguiria racing in fourth, and after the slow beginning, Alberta Be Mine can see them all. It's Dreaming of Hope leading the charge out of the backstretch onto the chute, out of the chute onto the backstretch, being tracked now by Cephalo, who's off the rail. 2 lengths more to Born to be Good in third. Seguiria is fourth, and still trailing is Alberta Be Mine. 22 and 4 for the opening quarter. They race within the half-mile marker, and it's Dreaming of Hope at 1-5 leading the way. Cephalo continues to track from second. These two have opened up 5 lengths on Seguiria. Born to be Good racing in fourth along the inside. Alberta Be Mine still trails. Letting out a notch, Dreaming of Hope has opened up 3 lengths on Cephalo. 45 and 2, it's a quick half. Cephalo still the only one in range. Seguiria moving in third. Still 8 lengths to make up on the leaders, then Born to be Good and Alberta Be Mine at the back. They swing for the drive. It is Dreaming of Hope. She's opened up 5 lengths with 1/8 of a mile to go. Cephalo is a clear second. It is another race at the back. Seguiria trying to hold show from Born to be Good. Coming down to the wire, Dreaming of Hope and Zerrell Ford, a much the best performance here. They're going to win by 6. Dreaming of Hope over Cephalo. Seguiria going to hold third from Born to be Good. 6.5 and 117 flat. Unofficial in race 2, the winner is number 2, Dreaming of Hope. Second is the 1, Cephalo. Third, number 4, Seguiria. Fourth, number 3, Born to be Good. Unofficial race 2 order, 2-1-4-3. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's second race, number 2, Dreaming of Hope. Dreaming of Hope is a 4-year-old dark bay or brown filly by Mastery out of Size. Breffney Farm bred the winner in Kentucky. Apprentice Zerrell Ford with the gate-to-wire score. Dreaming of Hope is trained by Tony Adamo for Icon Racing Stables. 4th lifetime win in 13 starts for Dreaming of Hope. She is much the best on the front end today, completing the 6.5 furlongs in a time of 1:17 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Dreaming of Hope. Hold all tickets until race 2 is made official. Race 2 is now official. Prices are up. Dreaming of Hope pays $2.50 to win, $2.10 and $2.10. Second number 1, Cephalo, $2.40 to place $2.10. Third number 4, Sigiriya, $2.90 to show. $2 exact, $2.1, $4.40. The $1 try, $2.14, $5 even. $1 super, $2.143, $8.65, and the $2 double, $5.2 was $7.30. The Fort Erie Racetrack family is deeply saddened by the passing of longtime horseman Dan Edwards, whose passion for the sport and unwavering dedication to racing left a lasting mark on our community. Danny was more than just a fixture at the track. He was a skilled horseman, a steady presence in the race office, and a mentor to many. His deep knowledge of the industry, quiet strength, and genuine love for the horses and people around him made him truly one of a kind. Though he may be gone, his legacy lives on in the countless lives he touched and the lasting impact he made on both on and off the track. Race 3 changes. We have an overweight on the number 1. I truly believe the rider will be 2 pounds over at 120. 16 minutes to post. And we'd like to say a very happy birthday to Lorraine, celebrating here with us today. Happy birthday, Lorraine, from all of your friends and family here at Fort Erie Racetrack.
Race 3 is for maiden claimers on the main track at 5.5 furlongs, a claiming price of $6,050 for these fillies and mares. The number 4, Scary Boo, I think is the logical starting point here. This is a horse that was claimed up at Woodbine 2 starts back in an event where a lot of trainers were claiming. I think there were 3 claims out of the race. They tried this one in what would be the logical spot. You claim for 9,500. You try the maiden special weight competition here at Fort Erie. Just came up third best. I thought it was a pretty even third. I will say, though, Speedy Lady was able to take them gate to wire and kind of got the trip that she needed. And this one sort of chased and just didn't get the job done. I think you can kind of go back to some of the races, say 4 or 6 starts back, and you can see Scary Boo has some good races kind of to her resume. I just think here the class relief is going to carry her. And the Connections just had her for that 1 start, right? So second time start in the barn. Some upside there. Others, the number 5, Real Love is Lucky. Exits that same race as Scary Boo and really never got going. I think when you look at the races 2 and 3 back, I like them a little bit more. Concern is that she's sort of a chaser and a one-paced horse. I'm going to need to see a little bit more from her. But again, I'm going to draw a line through her last out and just go back to her other races and think that those figures, those performances put her in the mix here. So Real Love is Lucky underneath. And then from here, the number 2, Our Stella. Just has that 1 start. It's the key race. Everyone's exiting it seems like. Scary Boo's race and Real Love is Lucky. And Our Stella, it was her first time on dirt. She was towards the back of the pack. I don't think she necessarily liked that performance. I think that her best performance to date is arguably the ones 3 and 4 back, where she's sitting 1 or 2 lengths off of it. She's a little further back than that. Kirk Johnson's going to climb back aboard. I think they're going to be able to work out a different trip. So going to be interesting. There are some horses that, are fresh faces here. We have a first-time starter. Then we have the horses exiting that same key race, and that's the direction I went in. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's third race. Race 3 is a maiden claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Going for a claiming price of $6,250 down to $6,000, traveling a distance of 5 1/2 furlongs, competing for a purse of $18,900. Race 3 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent late pick 4 wagering. Race 3 post parade, number 1 is I Truly Believe. Chris Husbands rides for trainer Joe Humber and owner Robert Elkins. Number 2 is Our Stella. Kirk Johnson riding for trainer Danny Wills and owner James Ogilvie. Bruno Schickadans owns the number 3, Up Creek. Pierre Mailhot rides for trainer Julie Mathis. Number 4 is Scary Boo, owned by True Stride Horse Racing. Edgar Zenteno rides, Nick Malini Jr. trains. Number 5, Real Love is Lucky. Deshaun Gaskin rides for trainer Pat County Jr., owned by Ace Racing Stable. Completing the field, number 6, Undame. Leo Salas riding for trainer Josh Robillard and owner Gage Travis. Late pick 4 wagering kicks off here in race 3. Starting gate moving into position. Not much time left to get your race 3 wagers in. 3 to 5 favorite, the number 4, Scary Boo, now 4 to 5. 3 to 1 support on the number 2, Our Stella. Late pick 4 wager kicks off here. They'll be heading to post shortly. Race 3 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Scary Boo still offered at 3 to 5. First in, first-time starter, I Truly Believe with Chris Husbands. One of two first-timers here. Our Stella and Kirk Johnson. The other first-timer, Up Creek, Pierre Mailhot. Three to five on Scary Boo with Edgar Zenteno. Real Love is Lucky with Deshaun Gaskin. Last in will be Un de May with Leo Salas. All set. And they're off. Real Love is Lucky out well with Un de May. Our Stella ridden along. Here comes Up Creek looking for position. Scary Boo going to race in mid-pack between horses. Dropping back early will be I Truly Believe. Midway down the back sets, Up Creek has put the head in front of Real Love is Lucky. Scary Boo finds herself in third, 2 lengths off the leaders, racing between Our Stella and Un de May. It's 8 more lengths back to I Truly Believe. 22 and 4 for the opening quarter. Scary Boo descends 3 wide to put the pressure on Real Love is Lucky and Up Creek, who begins to tire. Un de May is ridden along from 4th past Our Stella. I Truly Believe not in contention. A quarter of a mile to go. Up Creek has dropped the anchor and Scary Boo has put the advantage on Real Love is Lucky. Un de May is into third trying to make a rally, but they're going to have to reel in Scary Boo. Real Love is Lucky not done with yet, but Scary Boo now opens up 2 lengths. Real Love is Lucky comes off the rail to try and rebid. Scary Boo is up by 2. Real Love is Lucky well back to Un de May, but Scary Boo will deliver. Scary Boo at 1 to 5 going on to a 3-length score. Real Love is Lucky, then Un de May and Our Stella, 107 flat. Unofficial in race 3, the winner is number 4, Scary Boo. Second is the 5, Real Love is Lucky. Third, number 6, Un de May. And fourth, number 2, Our Stella. Unofficial race 3 order, 4, 5, 6, 2. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's third race, number 4, Scary Boo. Scary Boo is a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Shaman Ghost out of Triple Indy, bred here in Ontario by Howie Walton. Edgar Zenteno with the winning ride. Scary Boo is trained by Nick Malini Jr. for True Stride Horse Racing. On the class drop, Scary Boo breaks the maiden in start number 12, completing the 5.5 furlongs in a time of 107 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Scary Boo. Hold all tickets until race 3 is made official. Race 3 is official. Prices are up. Scary Boo returns $260 to win, $210 and $210. Second, number 5, Real Love is Lucky, $4.70 to place $2.90. Third, number 6, Undame, $6.50 to show. $2 exacta, 4-5, 9-10, the $1 try, 4-5-6, 25-40. $1 super, 4-5-6-2, 40-75. $2 double, 2-4, 3.90, and the $1 pick 3, 5.35. We've got 3 farmers markets left this season here at Fort Erie. Come out for the farmers market on August 17th, September 1st, and October 13th. Basset Hound and Corgi races returning to Fort Erie this Sunday, August 17th. Race 4 changes. Stewart scratched the number 1, Fascination Street. 18 minutes to post.
Race 4 up next, 6 furlongs is the distance for these colts and geldings, $5,000 claimers. And the number 2, Ernie's Martini. I'm hoping that he's finally found himself in a spot where he's ready to roll. I thought, kind of looking at his races so far this year, we just haven't seen the same Ernie, but a lot of it I think has been just bad racing luck, trips that haven't panned out. His race 3 back I thought was excellent, where there was pace that unfolded, and he was a good second, a length behind Kitty Holiday, who's had a very productive campaign. And I don't think he liked the off track in his following start. He's never been a horse that I think loves an off track. And then more recently, he found himself in a tough spot. That 6250 event, Where Is Essa, Mia next out winner. Pretty good horses. It might just look like a climbing event, but a decent sort of field. And I think this is significant class relief for him. So I do think this is the right spot for him. He'll just need to work out a trip, which has been a little bit of a problem this season. For Ernie's Martini on top. The number 5, Hixie, 12-1 on the morning line. We're not going to get this price, but hear me out for 1 second. Turf race, draw a line through it. 2 back, starter, optional claiming competition. Look at the names in there. Victory March, My Two Aunt Jones, Cost Basis, just extremely tough competition. And then, the first race of the year, you never know what to make out of it. I think it's when you go to the Forum last year where you see some decent efforts. You see them at the claiming level. You actually see some okay seconds behind Kitty Holiday, Sailor's Passion, on a, kind of a tougher level of being that sort of allowance optional claiming group. So I'm not sure if he's lost a step. I'm willing to kind of forgive him. Think he has shown himself and his true colors in the past. And I think if he offers value in here, Hixie's a very intriguing prospect. And then finally, the number 6, Forester Humor. It's actually his stablemate. The dirt races so far, they've just been okay. They tried him on the front. They tried for him to close. I don't think either of those have really worked out. And kind of look at how the races panned out. I think the out-of-station race on July 7th, he was kind of sitting mid-pack, made a move, and won. Golden Wind took them on the front end last time out, so not sure what we're going to get from Forester Humor. I do like that the blinkers go on. Going to try a new rider. They're trying things a little bit differently with him, so maybe that will wake him up here for a minor spot. But for me, Ernie's Martini looks like the horse to beat if he can get the right trip.
Field is making their way on track for today's fourth race. Race 4 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $47.50, traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $15,750. Race 4 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, and 20-cent pick 3 wagering. Race 4 post parade, scratch the 1. Number 2 is Ernie's Martini. Chris Husbands rides. Kevin Buttigieg trains and owns with D. Snowden. Number 3 is Gus's Gamble, racing for Six Brothers Stable. Amanda Vandermeersch rides for trainer Ken Albu. Number 4 is Inflation Nation. Alexis Sanchez rides. Anthony Husbands trains for Terra Horse Farm. Hey Ho Stables own the number 5, Hixie. Matthew Dennis has the call for trainer Joe Humber. Also from the barn of Joe Humber is the number 6, Forrester Humor. Leo Salas riding for owner Aaron Rickman. Final chance to get a pick 3 in on today's card here in race 4. Starting gate moving into position. Last call to get your race 4 wagers in. 4 to 5 favoritism on the number 2, Ernie's Martini. Final pick 3 of the day starts here in race 4. Race 4 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time, all but the number 3, Gus's Gamble. They're going to back Gus's Gamble into his start in the starting gate, his spot. Gus's Gamble backs in pretty nicely. Front of the gate to be secured. Amanda Vandermeers to climb back aboard. Ernie's Martini at 3 to 5 under Chris Husbands will take his spot. Inflation Nation and Alexis Sanchez. The Humber stablemates will be the last to load. Hixie with Matthew Dennis. And Forrester Humor and Leo Salas. All set. And they're off. Gus's Gamble took a bad stumble at the start. Vandermeer still aboard. Inflation Nation is going for the lead with Hixie and Forrester Humor. Now Ernie's Martini skipping up the inside to be in contention. It's 3 lengths back to the trailer, Gus's Gamble. 4.5 furlongs to travel. The lead belongs to Inflation Nation, a half length to Hixie. Ernie's Martini bet down to 1 to 5 is stalking from the inside 2 lengths off the lead with Forrester Humor to his outside. Gus's Gamble has caught the pack. He has 3 lengths to make up on the leaders. 22-2, it's a quick opening quarter. Inflation Nation shaking clear of Hixie. Forrester Humor moving up 3 deep with Ernie's Martini on the rail. Gus's Gamble caught the field, but he's also already given up 2 lengths. Midway around the turn, it's Inflation Nation still on top. Ernie's Martini getting into second, trying to push out Forrester Humor, who's keeping him on the inside, 45-3. At the head of the lane, the lead still belongs to Inflation Nation. Room up the inside for Ernie's Martini, who's trying to put the head in front. Forrester Humor right there. Ernie's Martini seizes control at the 8th pole. Inflation Nation tries to fight back, but he's not doing enough. Ernie's Martini will go on to win. It's Ernie's Martini and Chris Husbands by 2. Inflation Nation, then Forrester Humor and Hixie, 111-3. Unofficial in race 4, the winner is number 2, Ernie's Martini. Second is the 4, Inflation Nation. Third, number 6, Forrester Humor. And fourth, number 5, Hixie. Unofficial race 4 order, 2, 4, 6, 5. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's fourth race, number 2, Ernie's Martini. Ernie's Martini is a 5-year-old dark bay or brown gelding by Sky Mesa out of Aquina, bred here in Ontario by Keith McClelland and Rachel McClelland. That's a riding double on the card for Christopher Husbands. Ernie's Martini is trained by Kevin Buttigieg. He owns in partnership with Doug Snowden. 4th lifetime win in 24 starts for Ernie's Martini, his first of the 2025 season. He completes the 6 furlongs in a time of 1:11.3. Congratulations to the connections of Ernie's Martini. Hold all tickets until race 4 is made official. Race 4 is official. Prices are up. Ernie's Martini, $260 to win, $210 and $210. Second, number 4, Inflation Nation, $550 to place, $320. Third, number 6, Forester Humor, $270 to show. $2 exacta, 2-4, $13.10. The $1 try, 2-4-6, $17.50. $1 super, 2-4-6-5, $32.55. $2 double, 4-2, $4.20. $1 pick 3 was $2.90. And the $1 pick 4 returned $10.30. And a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that post time will change starting on August 25th. Post time moves back to 3 p.m. The fan favorite Puss in Boots Cup is returning on Labor Day, September 1st. The card also features the Horse People's Luminary Cup. Post time will be 12:15. Race 5 changes. We have a rider change on the number 4, Super Serenade. Make the jockey Amanda Vandermeersch. 20 minutes to post.
Race 5 is the Monday feature, and it's allowance event for fillies and mares, non-winners of 2 life, going 6.5 furlongs here on the main track. And the number 1, Speedy Lady, she finally put it together last time out. I said that to her trainer, Kenny Alboon. He goes, finally, and I just meant she finally was able to get to the lead, and she was able to kind of shake off her foe. She's been very, very, good to date. Just kind of always found herself, for the most part, chasing in second, which I do think sometimes puts a horse at a disadvantage. And like that, she made the lead last time out. She took a big step forward. Things went her way. I'm kind of looking at her races. I think she prefers the 6 rather than the 5. I think the 5 forces her to chase a little bit more. Now I think the 6.5 is really going to suit her well. She gets the inside draw. Chris Husbands knows her very well. And I think in terms of speed in this group, when you start to look at the others, I think she is the controlling speed. Maybe Making the Viking will kind of force her hand in here, but I think Speedy Lady is the horse to beat. So we'll see if she can go 2 in a row now here at 40 Erie. The number 3, Making the Viking. Mention this name. I think she's going to apply the pressure. I liked her performance last time out, and kind of how she was able to track in there. She was even, but you have to realize, I think the top 2 and kind of their body of work, Lisier, been a fan of hers. When she broke her maiden, she came back to win next time out. That was the performance that we're kind of talking about. And then Towns of Breeze has just been game in those last 2. We just saw last week with another second place finish by a narrow margin. So she's been keeping good competition. You go down the page, she can be tactical. She can be a little bit more forward. But both of her dirt races this year have been very good. I think you can draw a line through the turf race and just kind of attribute it to being a grass race and maybe not her preferred surface. So for me, she's the clear second choice in here. And then finally, the number 5, Brilliant Disguise. Tried to use her in the last 2. It necessarily has not gone in my favor. Maybe one that didn't like the grass. I think when you look at the way she graduated here, it was very impressive. And the one thing was on a fast track. I was at 6.5. Last time we saw her on the dirt, 5.5 in the mud. She just wasn't able to close in there. I don't think she liked the surface. But I think here, if she comes a little bit more intriguing with the additional furlong and getting over a fast track, maybe that's what she needed. I think she's also going to offer some more value than the other 2 that we talked about. But for me, we'll see if Speedy Lady can take them gate to wire. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner of today's non-winning ticket prize draw to announce. Could Baron McLaughlin please report to customer service? Once again, that's Baron McLaughlin. Congratulations, you have won the non-winning ticket prize draw. Please head to customer service to collect your prize. Field is making their way on track for today's fifth race. Race 5 is an allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Going a distance of 6 1/2 furlongs, competing for a purse of $24,600. Race 5 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, and 20-cent superfecta wagering. Race 5 post parade number 1 is Speedy Lady. Chris Husband's riding for trainer Ken Albu and owner Six Brothers Stable. Number 2 is Super Honey Timber. Melanie Pinto rides for trainer Mickey Neubauer and owner Charles Fipke. Away from parade, number 3, Mike and the Viking. Juan Crawford in the saddle. Richard Davis trains for Hesty Sport Incorporated. Number 4, Super Serenade. Amanda Vandermeersch rides, trained by Howard Keene for Ian Ricardo Brown and Evelyn Mercier. Number 5 is Brilliant Disguise. Leo Salas riding for trainer Joe Humber and owners Glenn Sakura, Mario Serrani, and Dylan Sakura. Number 6 is Olivia's Melody. Zerrell Ford riding for trainer Kieran Palmer and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Completing the field, number 7, Silent Passion. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer Nick Malini Jr. and owner Pasquale Saiva. Late double wagering offered here in race 5. Competitive betting board here in race 5, 5-2 on the number 1, Speedy Lady, 3-1 on the number 2, Super Honey Timber, also 3-1 on the 5, Brilliant Disguise, 9-2 action on the number 7, Silent Melody, plenty taking support here. Late double wager starts here. Race 5 field set to head behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First up, Speedy Lady and Chris Husbands looking for his third win of the day. Super Honey Timber and Melanie Pinto. Mike in the Viking and Juan Crawford. Super Serenade makes her Fort Erie debut with Amanda Vandermeersch. Goes up. Brilliant Disguise and Leo Salas. Olivia's Melody with Zerrell Ford. Last in will be Silent Passion and Edgar Centeno. All set. And they're off. Olivia's Melody took a stumble at the start. Silent Passion broke well from the outside with Mike in the Viking and Brilliant Disguise both vying for the early lead. Speedy Lady going to stalk from the inside with Super Honey Timber. Then at the back we have Super Serenade and the trailer, Olivia's Melody. 6 lengths front to back as they race within the 5 furlong pole. They're 3 across the track as Speedy Lady is not content to wait. She puts the head in front of Mike in the Viking and Brilliant Disguise, who's racing 3 deep. Great position for Super Honey Timber, who was bet down to 6-5. She's racing a half length better than Silent Passion. 5 more lengths to Super Serenade and another 4 to Olivia's Melody. 3 furlongs left to travel. There's still 3 across the track. Mike in the Viking in the middle with Brilliant Disguise now putting the head in front. Speedy Lady. Here comes Silent Passion descending wide. Super Honey Timber needs somewhere to go but traveling well. Super Serenade stalls. And here comes Olivia's Melody with momentum from the back. The top 5 are bunched up by less than 3 lengths at the head of the lane. Mike in the Viking has the lead over Brilliant Disguise. Super Honey Timber is swung out to the 3 path. Here's Olivia's Melody down the far outside. Silent Passion in contention. A steady there for Brilliant Disguise. It is Super Honey Timber who takes the lead, but Olivia's Melody is coming. Mike in the Viking still there. Super Honey Timber will go on to win. Super Honey Timber a length over Olivia's Melody, then Mike in the Viking and Brilliant Disguise, 118-4. Unofficial in race 5, the winner is number 2, Super Honey Timber. Second is the 6, Olivia's Melody. Third, number 3, Mike in the Viking. And fourth, number 5, Brilliant Disguise. Unofficial race 5 order, 2, 6, 3, 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a rider's claim of foul in the running of race 5. The rider is number 5, Brilliant Disguise, alleging interference against the number 3, Mike and the Viking, down the stretch run. Once again, that's a rider's claim of foul, 5 against 3 in the home stretch. Hold all tickets. Now back to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 5th race, number 2, Super Honey Timber. Super Honey Timber is a 4-year-old dark bay or brown filly by Perfect Timber out of Super Honey, a homebred in Kentucky for Charles Fipke. Mickey Neubauer trains the winner. Super Honey Timber, ridden to victory today by Melanie Pinto. That's the 2nd lifetime win and 2nd win of the season for Super Honey Timber, who proves best to complete the 6.5 furlongs in a time of 1:18.4. Congratulations to the connections of Super Honey Timber. Hold all tickets until race 5 is made official. Inquiry ongoing as the rider's claim of foul is still in process. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a disqualification. The claim of foul, 5 against 3, has been upheld for interference. Down the stretch, number 3, Mike and the Viking, has been disqualified and placed 4th behind the number 5, Brilliant Disguise. Claim of foul has been upheld. Number 5, Brilliant Disguise, placed 3rd in front of the number 3, Mike and the Viking. Race 5 order 2653 will be made official shortly. Race 5 is now official. The favorites continue to dominate today. Super Honey Timber returns 460 to win, 290 and 220. Second was the 6, Olivia's Melody, 650 to place, 370. Third, number 5, Brilliant Disguise, 280 to show. $2 exacta, 2.6, $30 even. The $1 try, 265, 53.70. $1 Super, 2653, $187.45. The $2 Double, a pair of twos, $8.80, and the $1 Pick 3, $5.45. Fort Erie's Track-O-Lantern returns on October 13th. It kicks off at noon. Kids in costume can trick or treat around the track. Closing day will be Fort Erie's Fan Appreciation Day, Tuesday, October 21st. Post time will be 12:15. We'll have free programs, prize draws between races, and a mandatory jackpot high five payout. Race 6 changes. Stewart scratched the number 9, Mr. Marshall, the main track only. 18 minutes to post.
Lone turf race of the day is the nightcap race number 6 at about 7 furlongs. It's a claiming event for Colton Gelding. $6,250 is the claiming tag. It's a pretty good field in here, a big field as well. And I think we have to kick things off here with the veteran, the 10-year-old, the number 4, Dots Vision, who honestly has just been such a fun horse to watch here over the years. His best races have been on the grass and really here at Fort Erie, where he's 9 for 17 in terms of wins on the turf course. And hasn't been able to do that so far this year. I think when you look at his case, the age of 10, probably needed the first race back and then the next 2. He's come up a little bit short. The tactics have been different. He rated just off the pace in that second start, off the freshening, and then more recently, they sent him to the lead. They did go slow. No one really wanted the lead, so he found himself out there, and he just got caught in there by Turf and Surf, who was also a next out winner once again. And I wonder in here what the tactics will be from Dots Vision when you try to look at the pace scenario. I don't think he necessarily makes the lead in here, and that's actually probably how I prefer him to run, where I kind of look at the race where he comes up a little bit short. Just Dragon's Brew caught him late. I like that sort of progression from him, where he rates and he makes one run, and he just got caught. I think here, if he's able to do that, first off the claim for Jeff Boyce, he could be very dangerous. And it's worth noting, Jeff Boyce had him before, but just for a shorter period of time. So he must really like this one to go back in on the 10-year-old and claim this one last time out. So Dots Vision on top. At the number 5, Jack the Cat, another horse that's really done well here at Fort Erie. You can see he was ready to roll off the long layoff, where you look at last year, his one win was his final start of the season, and then he came back fresh off the layoff here just about 2 months ago and was able to win again. I will say the one concern I've always had with Jack the Cat, and I've followed him for many years, is that his running style sometimes gets him in trouble. He's sometimes way too far off of it. But I think Juan Crawford has been very conscientious of that in those last 2, where he's getting sort of mid-pack trips, where you go down the page, he used to be a deep closer. I think that's been a huge difference maker for Jack the Cat. So I do like him here. Obviously, I would have liked to have seen him with a race under his belt in the last 2 months, but looking at that figure, it does stand out, a 72 buyer speed figure for the win here on Father's Day. And then finally, the number 6, Mr. Mystique's. This one for Joni Mitchell. Didn't take to the Tapeta last time out. It's kind of interesting. 2 of the 4 career wins have been on the synthetic. Maybe it was the distance. Maybe just wasn't able to kind of close in there. They went very slow, 25 and 2, 51, and then 115 and 1 for 3/4 in that mile and a 16th event. Draw a line through it. You go to the turf races, and I understand that Dragon's Brew and Dots Vision have been in front of this one in both of those starts, but I wonder if he can just be a tad closer, if he can hit the bottom of the exotics at what I think is going to be a price. Always looking for value. I think Mr. Mystique's is an interesting one if you think that he might get the right trip in here, and I'll use him at the bottom of the try and even in some other wagers as well. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's sixth and final race. Race 6 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $62.50 down to $6,000, traveling about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $19,800. Race 6 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, 20-cent super, and 20-cent jackpot high five wagering. Jackpot high five carryover is $36,412. Race 6 post parade, number 1 is Thelonious. Alexis Sanchez rides for owner-trainer Armin Concessi. Number 2 is Lulu's Lullaby, owned and trained by Sue Andrushko. The rider is Melanie Pinto. Number 3 is Cupid's Claws. Kirk Johnson rides. Danny Wills trains for the partnership of James Ryan, John Ryan, Neil Wills, John Wills, and Jeannie Ryan. Number 4 is Dot's Vision. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer Jeff Voice and owners Robin Voice and Melinda Schuett. Number 5 is Jack the Cat racing for Icon Racing Stables. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Tony Adamo. Number 6 is Mr. Mystiques. Amanda Vandermeer's pilots for trainer Joan Mitchell, who owns in partnership with David Weingarten. Number 7 is Dragon's Brew, Austin Adams in to ride for trainer Roy Augustino and owner Michael Bellissimo. Number 8 completes the field, Prince for a Day. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Joe Humber and owner Robert Elkins. Scratch the 9, 1 minute to post for race 6. We're on the turf course for the nightcap. Starting gate crossing on to the turf course. Not much time to get your race 6 wagers in. Even money on the number 5, Jack the Cat. 4-1 support on the number 8, Prince for a Day. 9-2 on the number 4, Dots Vision. $36,000 up for grab in the jackpot high 5. Race 6 field is on the turf course. Last call to get your race 6 wagers in. Race 6 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Still even money support on the number 5, Jack the Cat. Field of 8 to go a circuit of the turf course to complete the Monday card. Here from Fort Erie, first in will be Thelonious and Alexis Sanchez. Thelonious, a last out winner. Lulu's Lullaby, the mare taking on the boys with Melanie Pinto. Cupid's Claws and Kirk Johnson. Dots Vision with Edgar Zenteno. Jack the Cat at even money with Juan Crawford. Mr. Mystique and Amanda Vandermeersch. Dragon's Brew and Austin Adams. Last in will be the gray, Prince for a Day with Chris Husbands. All set for the nightcap. And they're off. Pretty good line. Mr. Mystique's out well from the outside. Prince for a Day is hustling to the lead. Thelonious is vying for position with Dots Vision, Jack the Cat. Mr. Mystique's between horses with Dragon's Brew, parked 5 deep into the opening turn. It's well back to the trailing duo of Cupid's Claws and Lulu's Lullaby. From the 8 hole, Prince for a Day was able to get clear. He's 3 lengths up as they turn into the backside. Racing on the inside from second is Thelonious with Dots Vision to his outside. Jack the Cat back into fourth, looking to work his way to the rail. Next are the pair of Mr. Mystique's and Dragon's Brew. 24-2 to the opening quarter. 5 more lengths back to Cupid's Claws, and Lulu's Lullaby can see them all. Midway down the back stretch, it is still Prince for a Day on top. Thelonious and Dots Vision share position. Jack the Cat was unable to get inside. Dragon's Brew races between him and Mr. Mystique's along the fence. Then Cupid's Claws inching closer, and Lulu's Lullaby still trails. The half was 48 flat. Prince for a Day still up by 2. Here comes Jack the Cat with a big 3-wide run past Dot's Vision and Thelonious. Dragon's Brew getting going. Mr. Mystique's is stalled. Cupid's Claws from the back. At the head of the lane, it is Jack the Cat. Dragon's Brew down the far outside. Thelonious up the rail. It's anybody's race at the 8th pole. Jack the Cat, Dragon's Brew, Cupid's Claws down the far outside. Jack the Cat is drifting out, clinging to the lead. Mr. Mystique's from nowhere. Mr. Mystique's coming up to Jack the Cat. Cupid's Claws from the back. Dragon's Brew coming down to the wire. Cupid's Claws. No, Mr. Mystique's gets the photo over Jack the Cat. It's Mr. Mystique's, Jack the Cat, Cupid's Claws, Dragon's Brew, Prince for a Day, 127 flat. Photo finish in race 6. Unofficial in race 6, the winner is number 6, Mr. Mystique's. Second is the 5, Jack the Cat. Third, number 3, Cupid's Claws. Fourth, number 7, Dragon's Brew. Fifth was the 8, Prince for a Day. Jackpot high 5 numbers for race 6, 6, 5, 3, 7, 8. Stewards have posted the inquiry sign looking at the start of race 6. Hold all tickets as the stewards' inquiry is ongoing. Back to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 6th race, number 6, Mr. Mystique's. Mr. Mystique's is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Jack Milton out of Solander, bred by Scott Waterman in Kentucky. Amanda Vandermeersch with the winning ride. Mr. Mystique's is trained by Joan Mitchell. Joan owns in partnership with David Weingarten. First win of the season for Mr. Mystique's, his 5th lifetime win. He rallies and completes the about 7 furlong distance in a time of 127 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Mr. Mystique's. Hold all tickets as the inquiry is ongoing. Once again, this is a steward's inquiry looking at the start of race 6. Inquiry has been taken down. There will be no change into the order of race 6. Race 6 will be posted official shortly. Race 6 is now official. A 15-1 upset to close out the day. Mr. Mystiques returns 33-10 to win, 770 and 460. Second, number 5, Jack the Cat, 280 to place 220. Third, number 3, Cupid's Claws, 340 to show. $2 exacta, 6.5, 73.40. The $1 try, 6.53, 152.55. $1 super, 6.537, $438.55. The $1 high five, 65378, return $1,948.45. Multiple winning tickets in the high five. So the carryover grows. Tomorrow's carryover, $38,804.81. $2 double, 2-6, 101.30. The $1 pick 3, 68.15. $1 late pick 4, $124.60. And the $1 pick 5, $218.90. On screen now, the place photo from race 6. Jackpot high five carryover continues to grow. Tomorrow's carryover will be $38,804.81. Visit our website, forterieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune in to the pre-race show for info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping analysis, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back tomorrow at Fort Erie. Post time will be 4:30. This Sunday, we'll have the Basset Hounds and Corgi races returning to the Border Oval. Post time will be 12:15. And our next free concert at the Tiki Bar will be on Tuesday, August 26th, featuring Almost Cool. The fan favorite Puss in Boots Cup, as well as the Horse People's Luminary Cup, will highlight the card on Labor Day, September 1st. Post time will be 12:15. Fort Erie would like to thank our partners at Oneida New Holland of Niagara. They've provided us with a new tractor for maintenance this season. I also like to give a shout out to our partners, True Green Professional Lawn Care, who are helping us keep the grass looking green and lush. Tune into Your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show on Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. And that concludes the Monday action here from Fort Erie Racetrack. We want to thank everybody who joined us here on track today and off-site. Racing is back tomorrow at Fort Erie, another 6-race card tomorrow. We hope to see you again, 4:30 tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night.